Welcome back to JazzTime.com. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, and trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so you can easily choose the best watch for yourself in the comfort of your own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online, and if you'd like to know the price, simply click on the links in the description below. We greatly appreciate if you purchase your next watch from us at JazzTime.com. Today, we'll be going over a discontinued Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Selfwinding, reference number 15300OR.OO.D088CR.02. And again, this is a discontinued model, and certainly as of the making of this video in early 2021, well, this model actually stopped production about 10 years ago, if not even more than that. It was made around the mid 2000s, and it stopped production at around that time. So, as always, you can always pick up this watch from our site at jazztime.com. Link is in the description below if you're looking for one of these legacy and classic looks with the Audemars Piguet Royal Oaks. All right, so we'll be going over the dial, the case, the bezel, the crown movement, and the strap here. And I'll be giving you my thoughts on these throughout the video. So the case, first of all, is 39 millimeters in diameter from finger to thumb, and is only, I believe, 9.4, only 9.4 millimeters in thickness. So this makes for an excellent dress watch. And with the overall presentation, with the pink gold surrounding a white dial with a very tastefully, not too large, not too small, but very noticeable and very to the point and standard, really, for Audemars Piguet's Royal Oaks bezel. It gives an excellent presentation as a dress watch. There's not too much going on here. There are no chrono pushers or anything that will, basically clutter up the presentation here. It's all very easy to read. It's all right there on the dial. So, once again, all 18 karat pink gold, brushed on the top, polished along the sides of this bezel here. Very, very high polish, with very high polish little vertices along here, with the brushed edges being the larger of the flanks here, and with very, very light smooth polish on these corners that really give these sections a very glowing look, depending on the light, depending on the angle at which you view them. So this is a highly recognizable watch just from how the case is made alone. All of that brush finishing to give it that diffuse lighting, and then those polished edges for really, really high shine. And of course, the hexagonal screws all arranged concentrically. If you notice the way that the little threads just sort of follow that circle all the way around the bezel. Very nice, very tasteful presentation. And now as we look at and closer to the dial there, the inner bezel also is an extremely high polish, reflecting essentially what is inside the dial or outside of it, depending on the angle of view. And all right, so all encircling this white grand tapisserie pattern. So essentially very, very finely raised squares with, I don't even know if the camera can pick it up, but they're very, very tiny concentric circles. And so depending on the way that you view it within the light, you can actually see that there's like a very subtle yet very, very interesting sunray patterning coming out from the center and going out, and that's all thanks to the tiny, tiny concentric circles that sort of echo out from the center. All right, very, very tiny index marks for the seconds and minutes there, and with the larger index marks denoting the hours, all in 18 karat pink gold as well. There's also applied luminescence on all of them, with the elongated AP letterform logo at the very top for the 12 o'clock position. The newer updated version has just 2 index marks with a smaller, more compact Audemars Piguet logo in about the same part of the dial between the 10 and 2 o'clock positions. As again, this does say automatic, meaning that it is an automatic functioning watch when it comes to the movement, but more on that later. How all of this works, why it's automatic, you can effectively just wind it, just unscrew the crown, to the first position and you can wind it and it's good to go. No batteries necessary. All right, and you can pull out to the second position to adjust the time. It's about a quarter turn to advance the date forward. So once you get to, say, the 28th or 29th of February, for example, and you need to advance it to March 1st, you can do so very quickly, like so, and very easily. All right, and since that minute hand's kind of hiding that date aperture window at the 3 o'clock, we can pull out to the final position to hack the seconds hand there, and you can move the minute hand as needed. All right, be sure to press the crown all the way in, screw it tightly against the case for just 50 meters of water resistance below sea level. So, don't take this for deep dives because, ultimately this is a dress watch. It's not really for sports. It's not, there's not a whole lot that you can really, put this through. Definitely don't throw it, into a geyser or anything. But, for surface swimming, washing your hands, taking a shower, no issue there. All right. And while we're there, note that this is, the older style model, the 15300. The 15400 actually has a tiny, tiny index marker for the 3 o'clock position, which, actually kind of could go unnoticed because on this model did not have it because the date aperture is actually deemed to be large enough to actually take the spot of that 3 o'clock index marker balanced against that 9 o'clock index marker. And so, I think it's a very tasteful presentation. I don't see much wrong with it. And, given the size, both in the height and the width, it fits in that spot very nicely. And you don't need to actually move it down anywhere else because, most people will see the date at the 3 o'clock position. On, say, like the offshore models where you have multiple dials, they had to move it down to the 4:30 position. But, you don't have extra dials on here. That's all you really need to put. And so I believe in this model, the 15300, it's a very good spot. All right. And so what makes all of this work, the center seconds, the minute hand, the hour hand. Oh, and by the way, it is all illuminated in the dark. So I can turn out the lights here and you can see that you can tell the time even in low light situations. Again, the AP logo is only in yellow or 18 karat pink gold, so it doesn't light up at night, but you can tell very easily that the only spot that's not illuminated is the 12 o'clock, well, and maybe the 3 o'clock as well, because there's just a date aperture there. All right, and turning the lights back on, making all of this work. How does it all work? Well, it's all in the movement. It's the caliber 3120, and even in the newer model, I believe, has the same exact model caliber, the 3120. It's the diameter of 26.6 millimeters or 11 3/4 lines, a monoblock in 8 and 22 karat gold, beating at a frequency of 21,600 vibrations per hour or 3 hertz, a screwed mobile stud for the balance spring that also has a variable inertial blocks with 40 joules, totaling to 280 parts, allowing up to 60 hours of power reserve. And as you can see, that golden plate there moving back and forth, that's the bidirectional winding oscillator. And so that allows you to effectively wind the watch with your natural wrist movements, allowing the watch to basically wind with the forward and backward or backward and forward movements, depending on which way you're looking at it, to keep the watch wound. So, again, the automatic movement means that you don't really need to wind it all that much. It just automatically keeps working. All right, so that brings us down to the framing of this watch case here, and that is a strap held together by 2 intermediate links on each side, so 4 total, with a brown alligator leather strap. Now, very tasteful in presentation. These scales are rather large, so you don't have like noticeable separations there breaking it up. It's a very good texture with that nice tapering as you would come to expect from Audemars Piguet or any luxury watch, down to the Audemars Piguet 18 karat gold buckle as well. Now, the way that this one works is that it's actually kind of a buckle and a folding clasp. So if you open it up, you have the AP logo within the clasp. Let's zoom out a bit here. All right, so you have the AP logo within the clasp with the Audemars Piguet word form logo right there, written out in full serif font. You know, excellent presentation, a bit dated, but you know, that is how their logo is. All right. And while we're here, let's see, I can also demonstrate how this actually gets sized. Now, the great thing about straps is that you can size them based on your wrist changes throughout the day. So, you know, generally you'll probably move between, you know, one or, you know, between two specific little notches there. But it's not really as easy as you think, because once you separate it from the buckle there, there's a little headpiece in there that sort of keeps it locked in. So, you know, there's really no danger of having this effectively fall off of your wrist from here, you know. So I'm going to size this. I'm going to take a stab at it, literally, to what I believe my wrist size is. We'll say the 3rd notch. Okay, and I will try it on. Now, I had some issues with this earlier, thinking that I can probably just, well, let me zoom out here. I can probably just, you know, close it, and, well, wait a second. That is not how you put on this clasp, because remember, this clasp went over like that. So, to put on this sort of clasp, you have to put the bottom side first, the side that is curved in conjunction with the curvature of your wrist. You place that first, and then you just fold it over and close it nice and easy. All right, so once you know how to do it, it's super simple. All right, so, and looking at it on the wrist now, there is a lot of case here, a lot of case to bracelet, or a lot of case to strap ratio. But, you know, maybe some people actually like that. It's only 39 millimeters, but it wears like a 41, 42, even, you know, it kind of feels like a 44 to me. And that, a lot of that is due to how these straps flare out at these intermediate lengths right here, because it gives the wrist room to breathe. So you can actually wear this for quite a long time and probably not even notice or even remember that you're wearing it, because it has such a small form factor, very thin, you know, 9.4 millimeters in thickness. It will fit literally under any sort of long sleeve suit cuff. I have a jacket on, but you know, if it didn't fit under my jacket, well, you know there's something wrong. And looking at it overall with that high contrast white dial with the yellow or the 18 karat pink gold markers, hands, you know, what's not to love about this? All right, so enough of what I think. What do you think about this watch? All right, I'd love to know what you think down in the comments below. Be sure to leave a like, as it really helps our channel out. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell notification so that you can be notified when we go live with another video. And as always, if you want to buy this or any other watch, even the discontinued ones, the old Audemars Piguet Royal Oaks from even mid-2000s, we can still get them for you at jazztime.com. Links in the description below.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.